Today, we have a special guest. First of all, this is my IG family. Hey, IG. And this is my YouTube and my Facebook and my Twitter account right here. And so we have a special guest. Her name is Kene the stylist, right? And she is right now at work. She's always busy. And so I had to catch her when I could catch her, right? Because we're in two different time zones. And so thank you so much, Kene. I will be introducing you formally in a few minutes. So everyone that is on here, we are going to talk all things Sisterlocks, right? We are going to talk all things Sisterlocks. We're going to talk about coloring your Sisterlocks, extensions and Sisterlocks. Did I say extensions and Sisterlocks? Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about styling options. We're going to talk about products, what type of products to use in your hair. Of course, we know beautiful hair products, but we want to hear it from Kene, right? And we're going to talk about the health of our scalp and how we can do that. And so all of my YouTube visitors or viewers, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because I go live just about every week, right? And this will give you an opportunity to see all the videos that I do upload weekly. And I have tutorials on my channel, and you get a chance to learn all things Sisterlocks on here. And also click that notification bell. That will let you know exactly when I do upload a new video or go live. And make a comment. If you have something to say about anything that we talk about today, we love engagement. So make sure that you comment below, ask a question, have a statement, but be nice, right? Be nice. So we want you to be engaged today. Okay, so we have Sepphora Kene. That is her professional name, and she is the owner of Goddess Everything Studios in Woodland Hills, California. And we're going to talk to her, and she's going to tell us how or who inspired her to become a Sisterlocks consultant, and why did she come back to Sisterlocks? And when I say back to Sisterlocks, she will explain what that means. We're going to ask her what type of products that she uses or suggests for her clients. And we're going to also talk about Sisterlock extensions. Now, when I was coming up and when I was doing hair and doing Sisterlocks, there was nothing called Sisterlock extensions, right? And but let me tell you, these young people now, boy, I tell you, they have a microwave attitude, right? They want it right now. It took me 20 years to grow what I got. And she can put these things in, and people can walk out of that studio with hair as long as mine or longer in about 4 days, right? Because it's a very tedious craft that she does. And so I'm going to let her talk all about that in a few minutes. So I would love to introduce Kene, the stylist, and but I want her to introduce herself as she is busy working on her client's hair. What a lucky young lady she is to be in Kene, the stylist chair. So, Kene, hi, Kene, the stylist. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. So a very quick summary is I am a hairstylist who has been assisting professionally in a salon environment. The first salon was natural hair. So it was locks, braids, and basically anything natural, Sisterlocks too eventually, but started out with locks and braids, and I started to be able to make money as an assistant when I was between 11 and 12 years old. So I've been in the game now, as they say, for about 20, over 20 years. Um, I went to college and was gonna go into the corporate world, and I was doing that for a while. And then I would always take clients, at my house on the weekends just for extra money and to make sure I didn't lose my skill. And then eventually, after some things happened in life, where I didn't have the corporate job anymore and I had some free time, I decided to finally go ahead and go to cosmetology school. I was told about an apprenticeship for cosmetology, which is where you're immediately issued a license and you're able to actually take paid clientele on the floor at a salon under a trainer. So because I have a daughter and my schedule, is always busy, I decided that would be the better option than going to Paul Mitchell or something like that, where I'm in the classroom from 8 to 5 and I can't work to support myself. And so I got enrolled in a program. Due to COVID, it took about 3 years to complete as opposed to the 18 months that I thought I was committing to. And I ended up officially licensed in November of 2021. So I've been a
Yay.
licensed cosmetologist since 2018.
Yes.
And my official license, where I took the exam and all of that and passed state board, I got awarded in November 2021. And I've had Goddess Everything Studios since October 2021. So a month before I took my exam and passed, I opened my studio.
Wow, that is awesome. Congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Yes, I know that was like a sigh of relief.
The journey was unbearably hard for no reason. So glad it's over. But my idea behind becoming licensed, even though I mostly had worked with natural hair until I decided to pursue my license, my logic behind that was, working in the industry, in the music industry, you're on set, and very rarely do you see women of color in the positions of hairstylists, makeup artists, stylists, for clothes and things like that. It's a treat when you see that. And a lot of the times the models or the talent, they don't have people that are really knowledgeable about, tightly textured, or textured hair types in general. And so I saw an opening and I decided to pursue my license because living here close to LA, there's lots of work here in the industry. But a lot of times there are doors that you won't be able to walk through if you don't have the proper certification behind your name. Similar to having a bachelor's or a master's degree, I doubt that you'll be running, Merrill Lynch with like some certificate from DeVry, and there's
Right.
nothing wrong with getting one of those, but we decide to trust people when we feel like they have some certifications when they study their craft behind their name.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
decided to take that route so
Mhm.
that any door I wanted to walk through, I would be able to walk through
Wow. Good
unhindered.
for you.
So
Good. That's very intentional. Very intentional.
yeah.
And that is awesome. That is awesome. So let me ask you. So you have sister locks. They are gorgeous, by the way.
Thank
I love that stage. I love my stage too. You know what I'm saying? I got some hang time now. So but I love that stage, and that style is very pretty on you.
Thank
So
you.
you
My daughter
yeah,
did this
oh,
for
okay.
me the other day. She braided it and rolled it with a little blue perm, the blue
Yeah.
jerry curl
Uh-huh.
rods.
Uh-huh.
My mom gave me some blue jerry curl rods, and I've had them. She had them from back in the day, and I've kept them since I was a child. And I used them to get a cute little curl because my locks are pretty short.
Wow, that's
So
awesome. That is awesome. So I said that you went back to Sister Locks. So
right.
when did you first get Sister Locks, and what happened in between, and why did you come back to Sister Locks?
Okay, so I got Sisterlocks for the first time when I was 14 years old. My mom had discovered Sisterlocks as a new method of locking. And, like I said, I was already working with her in the salon. We were doing braid clients together and traditional lock clients together. And she would let me do the back and she would do the front, and she would pay me like $25 a head. And at 12 and 13, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, I was cleaning up, making bank. And then she found out about Sisterlocks. I believe she got hers done, and then she realized she could take the class and become a Sisterlocks uh, consultant. And so I remember she saved up, scraped up the money to take the class. It was like a 3-day class in San Diego. She had to rent a hotel, all that. And that was one of the few times she was away. And so it was a big deal to us as kids. And so she went, she took the class, she came back, and she had to do 3 clients to qualify for a consultant certification. I believe she did 3 of my siblings' hair. I believe so. And then she was on her way to certification. And I was still on the fence. I had 2 sets of traditional locks growing up as a kid. I got very much bullied and made fun of in middle school because
Mm.
of dreadlocks. So I didn't want them anymore. But there was a thing called homecoming that Sisterlocks used to do each year, where it's like a big symposium where all the Sisterlocks consultants, Sisterlocks wearers, and just people that were enthusiasts would come together for like a couple of days. She took me there, and when I saw Dr. Cornwell in person, her locks were literally like down here. And there were so many people. There was blonde Sisterlocks, red, and I've always loved color.
Yeah.
So when I saw all the color plus the length, I had never seen Black women with hair that long, and the locks themselves were very beautiful. They weren't like rough looking and messy looking. They had a very nice, like, stylized look to them, and they were clean and refined. I loved that the parts were straight. That's why I've always liked braids, because the partings are very straight when you have a good braider. So that's what attracted me to Sisterlocks. And when I saw the beauty of Sisterlocks on a larger scale, that's when I finally committed. So I got my hair locked up. I went through the next 10 years with Sisterlocks.
Mm.
And when I moved down here to the Valley to pursue my bachelor's degree at CSUN, um, I put in some yarn braids over my Sisterlocks. I've always been a person who likes to change it up. So I did some yarn braids, and I used 3 locks per braid. So you can imagine I had a lot of braids.
Mm.
When it came time to take them out, I was so overdue for a retie, and I think my car was broken down. I couldn't get back home for a retie, something like that. And I just decided to go ahead and cut my locks and try something else. So I cut the yarn braids short, and then I spent a week picking out each Sisterlock close to where the new growth was, where it wasn't quite locked. I went and got a creamy crack relaxer and a pixie cut. And for the next 10 years, my hair was a loose natural until um, August of 2022. So
Mm.
I've been locked again now for 7 months. Um, so yeah, I did 10 years of Sisterlocks, 10 years of loose hair, doing all kind of stuff, and then decided to come on back to Sisterlocks because after 3 failed extension attempts of other types of methods that were not Sisterlocks, I could never get the grid I wanted because these people weren't trained in Sisterlocks. I could never get the sizing and the hair. Like, there were so many issues with my particular methods, and they all came out. And so I finally decided to go ahead and just get traditional Sisterlocks so that I could get what I really wanted, grow them out, and then save up to get extensions later, which are the extensions that I now offer, which we'll get into later. So that's my journey through Sisterlocks, away and back.
Wow. Okay. Well, wow. That is a journey, I tell you. So now that you mention extensions, now I've never heard of sister. I've always heard that when you put something else other than when you do something else other than with your own natural hair, you can no longer call them sister lock.
Correct.
So, so what is this that I hear? You're the talk of the town. You always have advertisement of people that get their sister locks extensions, and it is amazing that you cannot tell the difference in that person's hair and the added hair. So, what is that all about? How did you get into that? And yeah, just tell us what sister. So, are they called sister lock extensions? What are they called?
So I call them Sisterlocks with extensions.
Okay.
The reason I call them that is because I was trained in the method of Sisterlocks in January of 2021. So I've been doing official Sisterlocks for over a year now. And there is a very specific parting process, grid, as people want to call it, but it's really just called a parting system. And there are several different locking patterns that are very specific to Sisterlocks as a curriculum. A lot of people do a lot of different things, but Sisterlocks has a curriculum. And so I trained in Sisterlocks, and then later in September of 2021, I got trained in Sisterlocks with extensions. And the branding, the lady who trained me, her name is Sherry, and the extensions themselves are called Sherry Locks.
Mm.
So the way that I identify them, they are called Sisterlocks with extensions because as a Sisterlocks practitioner, I implement the Sisterlocks technique, parting system, and the locking patterns according to Sisterlocks. But the extensions themselves are entitled Sherry Locks. And yes, you're right. Once you have something else in your hair, you can no longer refer to them as Sisterlocks.
Okay.
So I don't call them Sisterlock extensions because that's a violation of what Sisterlocks actually is.
Okay.
But anyone who comes to me specifically has an official Sisterlocks grid with extensions added.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. 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 That is awesome. So, so do you have many clients? Like, is this becoming much more popular now? Like I see somebody new in your chair almost every week. So it's like, is there, I mean, it seems like a lot. Do you make those locks yourself, or, how do you, how do you make the locks yourself, or you get them, how do you put them on?
Mhm.
Because they are
So,
undetectable. They are
yeah.
undetectable, y'all.
So there is a class coming up on April the 15th. I believe there might be one seat left.
Oh,
It's here in LA. It's a 1 day class as opposed to the normal 2 day class. The 1 day class is designed for people who already are familiar with interlocking or sister locking and who want to learn the art of extensions. The class will be taught by Sherry, who is the owner of Lock Don. She's based out of North Carolina. So she's coming out here to teach a course, and I'm hosting the course.
oh,
So that's on April the 15th if you want to learn more about the actual technique.
okay,
But the extensions themselves, my supplier is Sherry, and her company is called Lockdown Don. She sells Sherry locks. They are pre-made interlocked extensions. They are made by hand, each extension. And actually, our supplier is out of the country in Africa. We support African women who make these extensions, and they have a company.
really?
So, yeah. So,
Wow.
our supplier is in Africa. We put in our orders through Sherry, and she's trained people like all over the US now. And she submits our orders. They make them, they ship them to her. She then sorts them, makes sure quality control is good, and then she ships them to us as her individual Sherry-Locks consultants. And then we install the client. So from booking until D Day, which is like day one of your extension, it's usually about 4 weeks. If you want me to do custom color, then I try to book it about 5 weeks out to give me a chance to receive the locks and color them, prep them, and make sure they're a perfect match. So a lot of work goes into making them look undetectable. um, but, you know, when they come and you just see them on their own, they look very much undetectable. And I do have a sample that I can show at some point of how
Wow.
they look.
So are these human hair extensions?
Yes, they're human hair. The hair is very soft and lightweight and fluffy, which mimics your own sister locks. Typical sister locks, unless you have extremely dense and stiff hair, which is a characteristic that sister locks has us evaluate when we come and place test locks on people, your locks will typically be lightweight. There are people who have heavier locks, and that can be because of density, size, or just their hair grows really quickly. So the longer it gets, the more weight it holds, which is why the extensions are made with a nice soft texture of human hair so that it won't like provide, so it won't create too much tension near the root of your locks. And they are attached to the end of your existing locks, or I can establish your sister locks and then attach them. That's why it takes 4 days. Usually it's about 2 days for an establishment, and then it's about 2.5 for the attachment of extensions, depending on your lock count.
That's a lot of work. Do you have an assistant or you do this all on your own?
I definitely do not have an assistant. I would love to have one. If anybody's watching this and is interested in a position as an assistant, please click the link at Kene the Stylist on Instagram and send me a message, or you can always text me on there. I'm definitely looking for an assistant so we could kind of cut the time in half. But as of now, it's just me.
Is it very lucrative financially? Are they expensive? Is it a premium service? Or can you get them at $25?
I don't have any services that are $25 because I have a salon space. I am a licensed cosmetologist, as we talked about. I have lots of experience, and I provide other services like color, scalp treatments, hydration treatments, and just total lock care and scalp care in general. I shampoo and all those types of services. So, in order to do that, I cannot work out of my home, and I have to maintain a salon space. I'm in California, I'm in LA County, so you already know it's expensive here.
Oh wow! So
So every
you do high end services, yeah. And but though that
absolutely.
chair is never empty, so it's people out there that have money, honey. That's yeah, because you do extra. I mean, excellent work. I've seen your work. Well, thank you so much for sharing. About that. The extensions. You all get in touch with her. We're going to give all her information at the very end. But her name on Instagram is Kene the Stylist, and you see it there on the screen. And she's, you can look at her Instagram page, etc. So let me move right on. We may have someone that have a few questions toward the end. Wow, yeah, we have a lot of people here that's wow, we have a lot of people here that's chiming in. So in a few minutes, I will get to the chat, okay? But right now, I want to know, do you now I'm into steaming, right? That's my thing. I'm an evangelist for steaming. Do you offer steaming to your clients, and like what type of products do you use in your clients' hair, or do you recommend?
So I do have a steamer. I am putting it together um, on my off time, and I'll be bringing it into salon soon. I hope to launch that um, maybe mid next month
Mm-hmm.
and start offering that as an upgrade to your retie service. A lot of clients, unfortunately, complain about dry scalp or snowy scalp, which is something I also have between my reties. If I don't wash my hair once a week, I'll get like snowy scalp. It's not necessarily buildup, it's just like I work out, about 4 days a week. The elements, all that stuff lands on your hair, gets in your scalp. The steam from the shower, because I don't wet my hair in between shampoos other than a mist, a hydrating mist. So that buildup creates like little teeny tiny flakes. And that's why it's key to wash your hair, because water provides the best and first source of moisture. So to combat that process, I market and sell beautiful hair products, which we know what those are.
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful hair products. So the mist I use, which I put it in my own mister bottle to use on clients, I use the peppermint spray as my favorite and the rose water spray while I'm doing reties. Certain clients, and depending on the maturity of their locks, I'll recommend, the conditioner, the conditioning whip for them to use as a rinse out conditioner in the shower. I don't market it as a leave-in for Sisterlocks. I just use it as you put it in, you let it soak in for a couple minutes, and then rinse it out.
Mm-hmm.
The shampoos, my favorite that I use on clients is the peppermint. It tingles, it feels fresh on the scalp. A lot of clients, most clients, they end up booking a shampoo with their retie just because they just like getting their hair washed, and then the products that I use give them a different experience than they have at home, in the shower. But I also do have those products for sale. And when I'm done with the retie, I put a finishing oil and massage it into their scalp and locks. And that is the argan oil from the Beautiful Hair Products line. So I kind of skip around the different
Mm-hmm.
lines and use different products from each line, depending on the client's maturity of their locks and their moisture needs or concerns. And for myself, my regimen, like I said, I wash it once a week. I band it because it's short. So I put it in little like trees and band it all around. I use a mix of the peppermint shampoo and the clarifying shampoo. I shampoo it twice to 3 times, rinse it out. I'll put the little conditioner, rinse that out, and that's it. I don't use any additional products. I've stopped putting things on my scalp just to give my scalp a chance to generate its own oils and moisture, because I've already used the products in my washing process. So that's what I recommend to my clients. Various people do their own thing, they implement other products, but I do have, certain clients that only use Beautiful Hair Products, and they all have great results. And even if they just implement it with what they normally do, they typically have good results.
Okay. Well,
So
yes. Well, thank you. Yes, I know you use beautiful hair products, and so I thank you so much for exposing your clients to those. I had a live last week on Sunday. We had a celebration of some of my students. Excuse me, and they use beautiful hair products. We had a case study and they had excellent results. So I know that they do work, and you're another proof that they do work, yourself personally and then your clients. So I'd like to play a little short video real quick, and then we'll find out how we can get in touch with you, and we'll say a few more parting words, and then we will call this time a good time. Okay, so everybody, look at this video real quick, please. Surprise! Kene Zipporah is my daughter. And I thank you so much, Kene, for keeping the dream alive. You are the one who stepped out as a teenager, and now you're a stylist extraordinaire. All right, surprise! Surprise, everybody!
I'm sure people could tell beforehand.
Oh, all right, I am so proud to say that Kene the stylist is my daughter, and yes, she has exceeded her mother. And yes, all the story that she told was true. That when I was doing sister locks and doing natural hair, she was right there. Hair has always been a fun thing for her. She, she has always played in her hair and colored her hair against my better judgment. I looked back there one day when I was taking her to school, and so she said that she colored her hair. And I looked and I said, when did you even do that? We're in the same household, right? And so so anyway, yeah, I'm just so thrilled. We have someone that said, Valerie, hey Valerie. She said, what a beautiful tribute. And then we had Carolyn that said, wow, right? And then we had someone else that said, she is beautiful, Renee. I knew it. You knew it, Karen. All right. Wow. So yeah, I'm just elated that when I started this business, when I started doing hair, I was in a crossroad of my life and I needed to make money to support my family, and hair was it. That was the thing that really created a life style for me and my family. And so Kane was always right there by my side, and she was my assistant for a lot of clients when she wasn't in school. And so she took it to the next level. She became a a trained cosmetologist. It took her a lot to go to school. She had my granddaughter, and so it's been a long road, but one that's worth it. And someone said, I remember when you used to retie her hair. Beautiful. Oh, okay, T. Denise. Yeah. Wow, yeah. So anyway, I am so proud of you, Kane. She has definitely become a successful celebrity stylist. She's styled celebrities. Um, and now she's training her daughter, my granddaughter, which tell us a little bit more about this class and how they can get in touch with you on April 15th. To be part of this if they're in town.
Okay, so if you're interested in being a part of the class is $1,500 with a $500 deposit. It's on April the 15th, which is a Saturday. It's going to be in Woodland Hills, California. I'll be hosting, and Sherry is coming out to teach the class. You'll get a starter kit with everything you need, including a mannequin, all of the tools we use to attach extensions. You'll get a sample pack of extensions for you to be able to show clients different colors, lengths, and sizes. For example, here's some.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they come. They're open at the top and at the bottom typically. This is like a curly ended extension. They're custom colored, so they don't come like this. We order them and then I can custom color them. If you have a license, you'll be able to, implement these same techniques for your clients as well. And you can get in touch with
Oh,
me also.
okay. So what time? I'm getting ready to put it up on the screen. What time is the class?
I believe it's at 9 a.m.
Okay. Well, we won't.
It's
What is the it's in what anyway, we won't go through all
Yeah,
that.
you'll be given all the information once you register. All that information, you can send me a DM and I'll send you the flyer
Okay.
for the class advertising it. It has the pricing, it has where to send the payment to. And you'll be given the exact address after you secure your spot to register. And I believe there's one, maybe two slots left if you're interested in that. And I will be screening everybody that comes to kind of see if there's anybody that's interested in gaining a paid assistant position in my shop, Goddess Everything Studios, to work alongside me. So if you're interested in that, please register. You can get all that information from my Instagram. And you can look at my Instagram to kind of see how I structure my pricing for the extensions. And with your very first client, you'll make your investment right back for the class.
Okay, so on the screen, I have it scrolling through April 15th in Woodland Hills, California. And then I have your IG. Is that all that information correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so if you're interested in either the class or becoming an assistant to Kene, this is the information. You just get in touch with her at Kene the Stylist on Instagram. DM her for all the information, and she can take it from there. And then if you're interested in beautiful hair products, here is beautifulhairproducts.com. And so I am excited, for you, Kene, and for all those who is interested in having instant long hair that's done right. And so I am just so elated. I am just wanting to let you know that Kene is someone that I train personally, and so I know her work is excellent. She has actually exceeded me. And so I am elated. Valerie says, great seeing your sweet face, Sepphora Kene. Thanks for this awesome interview. You are welcome, Valerie.
You're welcome. And I just wanted to say that, um, for me, I really realized this year, after making it through a tough holiday season this past December and being faced with possibly not being able to continue on,
Mm,
me learning this extensions technique has increased my business revenue at least by 3,000%.
mm,
Um, is now what is kind of helping me to keep my doors open and to be able to provide, better for myself, my daughter, and be able to easily afford having my location. So it is a very lucrative service. Sisterlocks in general can be lucrative, but it is a commitment. I'm not a person who does installs and then sends people on their way. I start a relationship with them. So we go together. Once they sit in my chair, get Sisterlocks or they get extensions installs.
right.
I do the repairs. I handle color. All my Sisterlock clients as well that just get regular Sisterlock installs. I let them know that if they are interested in extensions, it's always available to them, no matter how long they've been locked. But also, you can just get Sisterlocks as an establishment and be able to embrace your own length and your own hair as well. You don't have to get extensions, but for people with straighter hair textures or finer hair types, it's a great way to stabilize your locks. So that they don't unravel, you don't get bunching, you don't get slippage as much because the extension is attached to the end of the existing lock, and it kind of keeps it all uniform. So I'll be getting my extensions done just before the class. This will be the last time I'll see me like this. Amen. So thank you for the legacy that you started with me, always nurturing my dreams. I remember begging for a mannequin head when I was a kid before you started your hair business. And you guys bought me one. It was probably $20 back then, which was a lot. And I fried, dyed, and laid that thing to the side until the hair plugs came out.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out how to do
Yeah.
hair. And you you taught me, you let me assist you with clients, you paid me for my work. These are things that unfortunately a lot of people can't say about their experience with their parents or even their friends. A lot of people don't support people's dreams, and they, laugh off careers as a hairstylist or something like that. They say it's silly. So I'm very grateful that my dreams and desires were nurtured from a young age, and I was encouraged to go learn sister locks from a young age. I refused to do them for years. And it wasn't until I finally got my extensions and they failed that I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and go learn this technique, because I couldn't find anybody that would do them the way you did them the first time I had them. And you're way in Mississippi, so I couldn't get my hair done there. So I had to settle for somebody here, and I couldn't find anybody that would do them to a high level. And so that's when I decided to go take my training. And subsequently, I met my loctician as my classmate. And established my locks this time around. So that's who did my sister locks. And they're like my dream install. I have 650 locks.
Oh, Lord.
Very high lock count. They're very much designer sister locks. But I mean, I love them. I'm happy with them. And they're very unique. Everybody's installs are unique.
Yes. Well, we have one more comment here. And this will be a great comment to end this. It says, Kene, you are a perfectionist. You do it right. Keep up the good work, young lady. And guess who that is? That's your grandmother. Barbara,
the queen of all perfection.
Yes, she is. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Let me tell you, right? So, but I'm telling you, this is like, seriously, you are living the dream. And now your daughter, my granddaughter, Kyra Rene, is going to take the class as well. So the legacy lives on and on and on and on. And so I'm just excited for our family. I'm excited, for the clients that sit in your chair. They're getting the very best. I've heard, when I was doing hair, I've heard horror stories. I was just like you, I was like a little doctor, right? A little practitioner. And so, you have, if I did not have sister locks and I wanted sister locks, I would definitely be sitting in your chair, right? In fact, when I come out there, you're going to do my retightening if you can fit me in, right?
As long as you can fit me in as well.
We do each other's locks. Okay. All right. Well, Denise said, I love this. So inspiring. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate it. Yes, it's inspiring to me as well. I'm excited. Like I said, you all take advantage of this class if you want to take your income to the next level. It's very lucrative anywhere that you live, because like I said, it took me 20 years to grow the hair I have. And in 4 days, you can have this length or even longer. And they're undetectable. I'm telling you, go on her YouTube, on her Instagram page at Kene the Stylist, and you'll see her work in action as she is working on a client right now. So, Shanae, I really appreciate you allowing Kene this time to be live on here with me. This is Shanae, her client, and she's in good hands. She's doing a good job. And I really appreciate you giving her this time to talk to the audience. And so you have anything you'd like to say, Shanae?
Honestly, I did. I think Kene's an answered prayer because I was looking for something to do with my hair. And I didn't want to just keep getting synthetic hair, even though there's nothing wrong with that. But just for me on a personal level, I just wanted my own natural hair. And I came across her. I don't even know how, but I got the info. I reached out. I was impressed from the moment we started talking. I could feel like she's very knowledgeable in her craft, and I love that. Really professional, really kind, and I can appreciate that.
Oh,
And so I've been coming for, where are we at? 7 months? I don't know.
I think it's 7 or 8 now.
Yeah.
I think we're at the same point.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I like it. And I like her, and she's good. Yeah,
Good.
she's
Well,
good.
thank you. You see, I'm
Thank you.
cheesing from ear to ear. Right? Oh, I am so happy. So thank you so much, Shanae. I really appreciate it again. Kene, thank you so much for giving us your time and while you're working. This was perfect. See, it wasn't so bad working while you're talking, right?
Yeah.
She was tripped out about that, but hey, it's good to see people in action that's really doing it these days, and especially young ladies like yourself. And so you see, all those parts are like little tiny boxes, and you actually installed her locks.
Yes,
Oh
I
wow,
did.
look at her work. So you guys go on her
This
page.
is, I think, 8 months or 7 months.
Wow.
I think it's 8 months now out. So now her locks are actually really
Yeah.
locking. She still has pretty curly ends that people request.
Uh-huh.
This is just her hair texture. We didn't do this on purpose. Everybody's journey is different. But yeah, this is her retie. I think you're maybe what, 6 weeks out? 4 weeks out? Yeah. So her hair grows out pretty fast.
Yeah.
And just have to retie it. And then because the foundation, was done well, the lines and the boxes and the partings are still there. So that's what I live for, is like restoring all the parts.
Yes.
That
Yes.
excited.
All right. Well, awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you again, ladies. I really appreciate it. Everyone on YouTube, subscribe, make a comment. If you want more information, you can leave a comment as well. And follow her. Let me put her information up there again so that you can find her on Instagram. There it is right there, and she will get you all the information that you need. If you're in Southern California, that's where she is. You can even fly there, right? So she's a flying stylist as well. She will fly. In fact, she has a client that is that she's going to be doing in here in Mississippi, that she's flying to do, right? She's flying out here to do her hair. So, hey, if you want quality, and if you want oh my God, is that Bobby? Hey Bobby. Kene, are you still in the Inland Empire? Bobby, oh my God, Bobby is, I used to do her son's hair. This has to be 20 years ago. Oh my
Wow.
God, no, she's not in the Inland Empire. She's in the rich town called Woodland Hills.
However, I do visit the Inland Empire to see family sometimes. As you mentioned, I'm going out to Mississippi to take a Sisterlocks with Extensions client towards the end of June. I do have space for one more establishment of Sisterlocks, just Sisterlocks, and one more Sisterlocks with Extensions establishment if you guys are interested. The date range will be June the 22nd through, I think, like July the 1st or so is when I'll be out there. So if you're interested in services, please contact me. We'll work together to find you a consultant to continue visiting once you get your hair done from the list, or from other stylists that I know in the area that are either extension experts or that specialize in Sisterlocks. So that way you can start going together with them and you don't just get your hair done and then, that's it.
That is so funny.
Services, let me know. I do travel.
Right.
If you really want your hair done, but I'll be in that area during that time.
And so Bobby says she's so proud of you, Kene. Yeah, Bobby remember Kene when she was knee high, right? She was just a little girl. But anyway, I am I was gonna say something. Oh my gosh, I was gonna say something. Yeah, she will travel. She's gonna be out here in Mississippi in June. it was something I was going to say. That's my age, right? Kind of to my age, not my heart. So anyway, thank you so much again. Get in touch with her. And again, we will see you all again soon. Thank you for hanging out with us, Bobby and Barbara Ray and Denise and Valerie and Karen and Carolyn and somebody else that left a message, but it's a Facebook user. I can't see who that is. Odell. Let's see who else was on here.
D
Yeah,
Denise.
who?
T
Yeah,
Denise.
Denise. Yeah, T Denise. And it was somebody called Texas Homeschool Mom. I don't know who that is, but whoever you are, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Kene, I can't wait to see you in another day or two. So we will talk to you all later, okay? You all have a great evening. Peace.